Hello everyone, I wanted to talk about one thing very briefly, and that is doing what you possibly can because you must. And why must you? Because if you don't, then you'll feel terrible about things that are out of your control. And why do I say that? I say that because you won't actually know that you're doing the best you can. And your conscience is going to focus on things that are out of your hands. They're out of your control. They're bigger than you. And it's going to make you feel terrible about that because you're not trying to make a difference. I think that many people focus so much on the problem and they don't focus on the solution that they could be taking with their own hands. And then what they do is they get in this cycle of just talking about the problem and just talking about how hopeless it is. But they're not doing everything in their power to change it. So of course they feel that way. Now, if you do everything in your power to change it and you still feel that way, it's okay. You're doing everything you can. Don't you dare fret. You're going to be fine. And your family is going to pull through, and you're going to teach them how to pull through. So don't worry about it. You're doing everything you can. Now, as for future going forward, what's going to happen in 15, 20 years when things get out of control? I don't know. That's not my job. I'm not involved in politics. That is way outside of my bounds to understand. And why do I say that? Why am I not? The thing is, I'm not pessimistic about it. I don't think it's going to be bad necessarily. And I also don't think that it's going to be perfect. I think that things are going to be bad. They're going to be quite frustrating. But I think that we can set up an infrastructure enough that our families will be all right. And our families will go forward into the future. And things will turn out fine in the long run for us. It's just exceedingly frustrating when I do everything in my power to improve things, and I really put all of my creative energy, whenever I feel creative, whenever I feel productive, I put it into trying to push things in the right direction. Just in my personal life in many ways, but I have other projects I'm working on. I'm doing everything I can to push things in the right direction. I'm trying to get married, have kids, take care of them, own property, doing everything I can. My entire life is devoted to it. So when I look at the problems that really are out of my control, so what am I going to do about that? Okay, well, I'm going to band together with other families, and we're going to just be around each other, have good... I just mean surround myself with good people, good friends, good comrades, and live near each other enough to hang out, and be able to have some good family politic going on. You have kids that get along and are friends growing up. You can create these wonderful communities, not doing anything suspicious, not even just being normal people. We're just trying to have normal communities again. And we can go back to that. That will be one of the most powerful things that most of us can do, I believe. And yes, there are others that will be called to do more, and they will achieve that, and they will do more. If we look back through history, we see the rise and fall and the rise and fall. And I don't think that this is just the end-all be-all. It's very frustrating when people think that way. So, that's most of what I wanted to say. So do what you can, and it will help bring you peace. Now, if you don't know what that even means, if you don't know how to get your virtues in order and live a virtuous life, this is important for that as well, and you don't know how to improve yourself, then that's kind of part of what, that's a big part of what Alt Aspen is. It's just trying to help people figure out a basic path into self-improvement, getting there, and improving their friends, and having their friends help improve them, friendship and Mannerbund and all that stuff. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for giving me your ear for so long. And I absolutely hope to speak to you again soon.